I mean, I was talking with Douglas Murray, who is brilliant and a social commentator and author, and this British guy, and he's great. And I was talking to him about these college students who were yelling at their school dean, saying these were college students who happen to be black, saying, "You don't understand anything. We come from slaves that are. You don't have the same ancestors. Our ancestors were slaves, and yours weren't. And you basically can't explain anything to us because of that." And I said, "Well, how's this guy supposed to respond to this?" And Douglas Murray said, "We can all do that. We can all do that," right? Everybody's got some sort of a painful history. It may not equal slavery, but bad. It's bad. Listen, my people, the Irish Americans, didn't have it so good when we first came over to America. And you could go down the list. But you tweeted out something on July 22nd where I was like, well, I haven't seen a shorter, more succinct version of the way I feel, which is sad story. No one cares. Work harder. It's not to dismiss slavery. It's not about slavery, but it's just about victim mentality. Something bad happened to you. I understand. Anyway, back to work. Try harder. Like, that's the only way forward. Sitting around and pointing the finger at everybody and lamenting and feeling like you have bad luck and poor me, not going to get you anywhere.
I've said publicly many times that I am very, very prejudiced against two types of people: lazy people and stupid people. Everyone else I'm totally okay with. It's like, I just despise lazy, stupid people, right? And, I believe in the egalitarian system. I grew up in a household that like there was just zero prejudice in my household, really, like zero, okay? Like, I never even considered it. And when I saw it out in the world sometimes, it was pretty shocking to me. But listen, I understand it's very complicated. This stuff, when you start getting into the race struggle, it's, there's a lot of bad shit that happened. And I watched a movie recently. I was watching Crash with my wife, Paul Haggis film, great film. And, and you look back and it's like, it was appalling, like how the LAPD treated black people, fucking appalling. Yeah. Imagine can only imagine driving in a car and not, like, I never worried that if I got pulled over, something would happen. Like, I never even cared, right? So, but again, okay, sucks. Work harder. I get it. Like, okay, but like, you can't use that as an excuse not to, you got to still go forward in your own life and just, do the best with whatever hand was dealt to you. We all have negative stuff that either was dealt us, or through our own mistakes, we put ourselves in positions that compromised us, that, caused us problems, and we have to overcome that and put one foot in front of the other. So I just think that when you take, sometimes things can be true, but okay, so what? Like, you can't, it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve your cause to live in the problem versus you actually, living your most empowered version of your own life and being part of a solution, which is work harder, make changes, and go forward, but don't blame everyone around you for what your lot. I just think that helps you.
Honestly, and I understand that, because it's not to say that there are no victims in the world, people don't get victimized, but I remember even when I was getting harassed by my boss at Fox, in the moment, talking to my therapist at the time. She was my marital therapist, although I didn't go through marital therapy with my first husband. I just went to individual. And this woman, I was telling her about it, like, this is what he's doing, all this stuff. And she just kept putting it back on me. And now today's people would say, oh, she was wrong. She blamed the victim. She didn't blame me. She just said, what could you have done differently in the room? What can you do differently in the future to make, to try to avoid that situation? And I didn't find it offensive. I found it empowering. Right. Me. I will be the one to change my life and make sure this doesn't happen to me, or that I navigate it better, or that I navigate this deftly in a way that I can preserve my future in an industry in which I'm totally green and new.
Of course, right? Of course you're right. Exactly. Like, I think that most people have to feel this way, that the way you feel, the way I feel. I think what we have in the Twitter sphere is like a relatively small group of very loud, vocal people that expound on a view that is really not widely popular or believed. But I think on some level, what happens is corporate America embraces that because it gives them plausible deniability. So they say they're woke, they say they're doing all this stuff so they can keep raping and pillaging the village as they've done for the last 100 years. Like, it's their great way. We're responsible. See, but they're actually, in reality, all it is smoke and mirrors for them to keep doing the same old thing by embracing causes they really don't believe in. Because to me, I'm seeing happening make zero sense unless you look at it in that way, that it's like it's all part of a much broader strategy to say we're great, because if we embrace those causes, then we keep doing what we want and keep making as much money as we want as long as we want.
Yeah, that's PR. Don't be fooled. And sadly, I don't know whether people are or not, but they got to be paying attention.